Alrighty, here we go. Final game for tonight, everyone. I am Unstable, joined here by Lillian for this next one. It is going to be game number 3 between FXOTear and TSLRevival. It will be on Daybreak for this one, final map of the entire group. Winner of this one goes through in second place to the round of 32 from here. Let's get straight into it and see how it goes. Take it away, Lillian.
Yes, let's get started on Daybreak here in the bottom left spawn position. We've got the FXO player that was able to win game 1, lost game 2. There were just too many mutas at the end of the game for Tier to be able to handle the red protoss in the bottom left. That is who he is. And in the top right, we've got his contestant, Team TSLRevival. He's going to be playing as the blue Zerg, managing to take that game 2 with the Mulisks that Tier was unable to deal with. And now we're here on Daybreak, which is a relatively balanced map, a map where we can see all kinds of things, like 2 base plays, 3 base plays out of Protoss. It's not set in stone that we're going to see a 2 base all-in or a 3 base expand. So that's always a good thing to have, different options to the way this game can unfold.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see very different styles in both the last couple of games coming out from Tier. However, I feel that was really mainly due to the map choice by Revival, a really smart decision by him to go for Atlantis spaceship. Simply because of the rush distance, you can't really take a third on that map as Protoss. It's very difficult to defend it, etc. So, this map will probably play out a little bit more standardly. We do see the pull first from Revival, not wanting to deal with Tier's probes, as he does have a reputation in Korea to have the most frustrating probe around. But he's actually spotted the drone as well. Is he going to be able to get down here and stop the hatch? Oh no, he changed his mind. Changed his mind.
Yep, so the hatch is going to be up uncontested here for Revival, as he is taking a spawning pool in the main base. And this game is looking quite similar to what we saw on Atlantis spaceship so far. A Nexus first out of Tier into a Forge, and he's going to be building a pile on left side here, and everything is looking normal as ever in this PvZ matchup in the early game. The late game and the mid game is where we're going to be keeping an eye on, though. When are those gases going to get taken, the third and fourth gases, namely for Protoss, because that is one of the first real indicators of what is coming and when it's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see this probe Mineral walking its way home, by the looks of it, because he's just sitting on top of that Zergling for quite a while. He's darting back, might actually throw down a pylon. No, he's not, because he doesn't have enough minerals to stop that third base from going down anytime soon. But as we've seen from Revival, he does like his quick third bases. It was a Nexus first here from Tier, remember, so he's positioning his probe here just to stop these Zerglings, because they may barely make it up here in time to get past the cannon.
Oh yeah, they might. He has to block this off, otherwise he's going to have to deal with 2 pesky Zerglings in his main base. But there he goes, drops the pylon. We'll be cancelling that momentarily as soon as that cannon finishes. The cannon is now done. Cancel goes down, and the Cyber Core is going to be placed there in a second. 2 Zerglings, of course, not going to be able to run by anything here. The Queen currently walking all the way to the third. She's taking a long way around.
Maybe he did walk all the way down there in that last game. Because this is exactly what I thought it was, and then I'm like, wait, there's another Queen in the main. There's no way he would send it all that way, but it looks like he did. Haha, I wasn't crazy.
No, you were right, Unstable. That definitely is what happened. He just walked the Queen all the way over there. Queen's super slow off creep, of course, but apparently Revival willing to deal with that, slowness.
Yeah. Well, we did see a double Stargate from Tier last game, and it worked out okay until that counterattack, and he lost his third really early. So let's see which kind of follow-up he's going to do this time. I'm feeling more of a gateway timing attack, simply because, well, not simply because there is a +1 attack on the Forge coming out. It's kind of a big tell. We do see that third hatchery, of course, finishing up here for Revival. Hasn't actually taken any gas yet, though. Revival 0 gas. He's only just now taking 2.
Yeah. That's quite norm. It's the norm really to take your first gases around that 6-minute mark or 6:30-minute mark if you want to get a few more workers out. So the double gas now coming in for Revival. We've seen him in the last game on Atlantis spaceship. He got his gases a lot earlier. That's something that is definitely true. He got a bit of an earlier speed in that last game. The first 6 Zerglings already in production for Revival, so he wants to make sure that no proxy pylons can go up anywhere around the map. And there's that gateway aggression you were expecting, Unstable. 3 gateways being planted down in the main base, but Revival will be scouting everything here. He sees the double cast going down, he sees the triple gateway go down, so he knows a 4-gate pressure into a Robo is most likely what he's going to be facing.
Yeah. Well, he has taken out one of these Overlords. He's sending the Sentry to get the second one. Not sure. Wait. the sentry damage is so low, sometimes you can just never tell if it's actually going to kill something or not. But we do look... Ooh, actually, TSLRevival going for a third base very quickly.
Whoa. That is something that Revival is not scouted yet, but there is an Overlord at the back of that third base that could move in position to scout that. That would be huge if he scouted that. And if he scouts that early, he's going to be able to react by going for a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Roaches, and attack that third base, because the third base is only going to be defended by gateway units for a little while. The Robo is just now started, and it's going to be quite some time before Immortals really start hitting the field. But it doesn't look like Revival has any plans of attacking just yet. There are some Zerglings now working away at that Nexus unstable. I don't think he'll be able to... actually, he might be able to get it. There's only one Stalker and one Sentry here.
The probe is helping out too, but it looks like, yeah... he does manage to barely save it. However, he has given away the fact that it's there. We do see 3 Zealots coming down here into the third base. There's nothing in production at all for Revival right now. He's actually splitting up his units, going 2 on the drones, 1 on the Queen. There's 4 Roaches. They're actually being made from this hatchery. Really smartly done by Revival. He's going to lose this Queen, though. He's actually going to get caught off creep. Nowhere to run for that Queen, unfortunately.
Nope, the Queen is going to splatter to pieces, trying to make her way back to the natural. Drones being pulled right now to help you with the Zealots. No, they're not being pulled to help you with the Zealots. They're actually going back to mine at that third base, as the Roaches have now popped out, and they will be able to clean these Zealots up. But these Zealots, man, 3 Zealots. Have you ever seen 3 Zealots do this much damage? I mean, yes, you probably have, but it is still a lot of damage that they're doing.
Yeah, it was just a little really unlucky timing for Revival to have his units out on the other side of the map, as well as just in that production cycle. But Immortal already out on the field now for TSLRevival. He does have a Twilight Council with Blink on the way as well. He's sticking with these 4 gateways so far, making 3 more up in the top as a wall off as well. So very, very crisp build coming out from TSLRevival.
Yeah, TSLRevival once again showing that he likes his early third bases. Of course, on Atlantis spaceship, it's pretty much impossible. We talked about that already on Stable. Impossible to grab an early third as Protoss. Because it's so far away and so prone to double-pronged attacks on the natural on the third base, yada yada yada. But on this map, it's a little bit easier to defend that third base. So TSLRevival looks like he really favors this early third base play in PvZ. Let's see if it's going to be paying off for him this time, because Revival, he's coming in force. He's making 14 Roaches. Roach speed has finished up. Zergling speed is about halfway done, but not many Zerglings in this army at all, so it's going to be a mainly Roach attack here by Revival. And I think he's going to have a tough time trying to break TSLRevival here, because he's got a good defensive position with these cannons. He's got a lot of sentries, and he has 2 Immortals. Yeah,
especially with these cannons behind the gateways here. More sentries being warped in. He's actually stopping a couple of those Roaches from getting away. TSLRevival needs to be careful of a flank and from Revival, because there's a lot of Roaches. He can split them up if he wants to. However, Revival is up 40 supplies. Sorry, he's coming back into the third again now. But I'm not sure how well this is going to work out for him, to be honest.
No, I'm thinking the exact same thing. I'm actually surprised that TSLRevival is keeping this much of his army and his natural.
Oh!
The Roaches now run in here. The force fields are late and stable, and the sentries are going to end up dying here. A lot of stuff is falling in. The Roaches are getting a great concave here at the cannons and at the units that were trapped there, where you know, the late force fields didn't really work out for them. There's one cannon in the back about to finish up. The gateways are starting to fall. The Immortals now finally in the fight. They were out of position at the natural. I think this Nexus will be able to stay alive, but this was definitely an okay engagement for Revival.
Well, looking at the resources lost, it's pretty much even. And that has given Revival time to get a lot of stuff. Well, there's a lot of Zerglings coming here, actually. There are no Zealots in this unit composition for TSLRevival. It's pretty much all Stalker, Sentry, Immortal. However, the Immortal's starting to take a lot of damage now. He's not actually been targeted down yet. TSLRevival doing a really good job of positioning his Immortals in the right spots. And once again, thwarts this attack. He does have +2, remember, here, Lurlian. So these Immortals do an amazing amount of damage. 60 damage per shot to these Roaches.
Revival's in a bit of a difficult position right now. He's going to attempt to attack into the natural, but how much is he going to be able to do here? He might get his entire army trapped here. There's so many Immortals, Stalkers, and Sentries here. The force fields go down, but they're okay, but not the best. The Zergling's getting good surface area. And it looks like Revival might be able to overwhelm his opponent here. No, the Immortals are still alive. 4 Immortals. Let's take a look at the kill count. 17, 16, and 10 kills on those Immortals. So these are definitely changing the game for TSLRevival. He is holding on, and Revival, he's not preparing follow-up at all unstable. He's making nothing but lings and roaches. No fourth base, no upgrades, no hive, no infestation pit, no nothing. He has to win the game with this soon.
Well, oh, he's going to get some Zerglings into the main base. That is huge for him right then. Half of them were force-fielded out. However, Tier's army is also now force-fielded out. He's going to have to pull all of his probes to try and keep them alive. Down into the natural here. He's actually blinking Stalkers up to try and help deal with this. At the same time, Revival is coming into the third base up here for Tier. There is 3 cannons here though, and he's also bringing his Immortals back down to help deal with that. One of the cannons goes down, more reinforcements being warped in, and a Revival rallying into the natural here now. But Tier actually doesn't have... He has Stalkers in the main base, I'm sorry, and he's pushed back the attack at the third. Tier doing an excellent defense so far this entire game, and as you were saying, literally, and there's no follow-up to this from Revival. He's going to keep going until he either just loses, kills nothing, or Tier just crumbles. But I don't think Tier is going to crumble.
I don't think so either. It's starting to look better and better for Tier. He's been climbing up the supply ladder slowly but surely, and he's now ahead in supply for basically the first time in this entire game. Revival is on the back foot. He's still on 3 bases, producing nothing but Ling Roach. I think he stayed stuck on this Ling Roach a little bit too much. As soon as he had that first failed attack at the third, where the Tier defended, I think he should have pulled back. Revival getting a good surround on some of the units here, and he might be able to deal with this small clump of army on the left side. We're finally going to see the first Immortal fall in this game. That was the first Immortal death ever. The Immortal's now taking a lot of fire. Revival getting a really good engagement, but I think he's just too far down in supply to make this happen. We might even see Revival GG out of here immediately, because he doesn't have that follow-up. But it looks like Revival not quite ready to give up yet, because giving up now would mean he is out of the tournament. So he's going to keep trying until he dies. Yeah, and looking here, we do see a Robotics Bay on the way and a second Forge for Tier. Now, the Immortals, as you were saying, just kept staying alive. However, Revival's coming in yet again to this third base. There's only 1 cannon here this time. Tier is out of position up at this watchtower. However, he's actually splitting his units. He might actually catch Revival completely off guard here, because half of his army is going from behind. He's going to get completely caught. He's trying to target down this Nexus, but there's just too much stuff here for Tier. He's offensively blinking in to try and help out with that. The Immortals are just tearing through those roaches, and once again, Revival will be stopped. Tier now 60 supply ahead. He's got the advantage on the tech. He's got +2 upgrades compared to Revival's +1. Things just not looking good at all for Revival right now. It really comes down to when does Tier want to move across the map and kill him. Yeah, it really comes down to that. There's nothing that Revival can do at this point anymore. He doesn't have the gas income to be able to do anything crazy like a quick Spire and some quick Broodlords or anything. He's not going to be able to do that. He doesn't even have an infestation pit. And like I said, the gas income just isn't there. He's only on 4 gases right now. Revival, that is. Never even grabbed the gases in his main base. Here we see Revival once again attacking into that third base. But killing the third base is no longer enough. Killing the third base would have been good 10 minutes ago. But right now, killing the third base is just... It's going to be the first step into coming back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, I agree. However, he is getting into the main now. He's going to kill this second robotics bay as a Colossus is on the way out of there. But he's not actually transitioning out of this at all. He's taking a 4th base, but he hasn't changed any tech. He's still got that one upgrade coming. He now sees the Colossi, though. He actually stands on top of the roaches to kill them. Which is certainly interesting. And yeah, he's again... Like, squished him. Again going for the run by to the third, but I think Tier's ready for it this time. He's moving over there just to scout that. Yeah, Tier is now completely maxed out at, or, well, not completely maxed out, 198 out of 200. He's making another Colossus. Thermal Lance about to finish up. He's got +3 on the way as well. Third Nexus being re-established, and Tier knows he's in a good position, even though he lost that third base. The Roaches are going to be caught way out of position here, and they are going to get crushed again. These Immortals, man, they've got some crazy kill counts on them. There's an Immortal here at the front with 34 kills right now. Executor Immortal. These Immortals definitely are winning the game for Tier right now. TSLRevival once again down to 104 supply, and the TSL player, he is probably going to be falling out of the FX Open Star League number 6 here in just a little while. He is down by 80 to 90 supply, and he has pure Roach versus Immortal, Colossi, Sentry, Stalker, Zealot. Yeah, it does not look good for him at all. However, he is staying alive by this long by just keeping on running past Tier's main army. However, it doesn't look like it's going to work out for him this time, because there's just too much stuff at home. Tier now moving forward into the third base. There are... Oh, I thought there was 3 spine crawlers there, but no, they're just the silhouettes of them before they're being built. The pure Immortal count is just insane right now. He's got 7 of them. Immortal. Yeah. How many kills did it get here? It has has 40
40.
kills, and there's the GG out of TSLRevival, as that Immortal did not have an attempt to finish that hatchery off. Very well played by TYR here. He's going to advance to the round of 32 as the second player from this group, and Revival, unfortunately, not going to cut it.
No, it's not. But that is it for Group C here and day one. Of course, we will go straight into a rebroadcast for those of you who missed the first couple of groups for today, A and B. Some really good games in those as well. But we will run into that rebroadcast. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time for Groups D, E, and F, so don't forget to miss those. You can also check the VODs out if you want to check those out later on youtube.com/FXOpenEsports. But until then, we'll catch you later.